months ago, I made a video saying I make $10,000 flipping phones. And some of the comments called it gas. Well, consider this the receipts video. Updated for 2026 because the game changed. But most flippers didn't. By the end of this video, you'll have the whole system where the phones actually come from, not Facebook Marketplace. I barely touch it. How to get the exact math on every deal correct so you don't lose any money. And the part nobody shows you, how I sell to wholesale buyers and how you can do that right now after this video for free. Now, no phone flipping academy or course pitches in this video. I'm going to be also answering some of the comments, including the guy who said my numbers don't work in real life. And I'm gonna be honest, he's half right. First, let's start out with a recap of the basics. Now, phone models, any phone sale, anytime you're trying to flip phones in general, you want to start with a change fund. That's basically the amount of money that you're going to start out with. It could be $300, $200, $500, but you're starting with that money. You are only touching that money. You are not going to take from that money no matter what. That money is going to continue to flip and be recycled and grow on its own as long as you are responsible enough to keep flipping and putting the money back. It's essentially the startup cash that only buys inventory. The way you make offers is you want to know what you want to make from the sale based on a price list. Price lists tell you market value. Market value is the amount that the phone is worth worldwide. Usually you want wholesale buyers to give you that idea, which is why you want to have multiple price lists. You then want to subtract $50 from whatever they're paying, or $100 depending on how much you want to profit. From there, you want to take the amount that you find phones for, subtract whatever you want the profit to be on your end, and also subtract another $40 to $50 for wiggle room, a margin, so that you can offer somebody, let's say a phone is priced at $400, but you know a buyer's only going to pay you $350. You want to go ahead, deduct that $50, so now you know $300 is what your offer could be to this person, but you still want to give yourself some wiggle room, so you can deduct 50, you can deduct 40, or even 20, so you can come in and say, hey, I can pay $280 for this device, and let the person negotiate you up all the way to the $350 if you want to take that $50 profit. It's easy, simple, and straight to the point. Now, the type of phones that you want to buy, you have used, you have new, and then you have other devices such as iCloud Lock, Samsung, iPads, MacBooks, and etc. I right here have some screenshots of what my stores were able to do and price lists that I sent to buyers and what they paid me. We have the new phones, we have the used phones, and then we have some Samsungs as well. And as you can see, we've made a okay amount. But guess what? That's not telling you how much we paid for these devices. Well, we made over 50% profit because we're buying these in person. Now, that takes me to where I actually source my devices from, not eBay. No, these are all platforms that could get you money, but also high competition and also potential scams. Use a platform like OfferUp, and you want to rely on face-to-face interactions and meetups, because face-to-face interactions helps you cross out checklists, options, or things that you need to make sure that phone is identified as a real device. And also, you can inspect what you expect when you plan on buying the device, okay? You buy a locked phone, you want to make sure the phone is locked, but not iCloud locked. You buy an unlocked phone, make sure it's unlocked. You don't want to buy sealed phones, only buy phones that you are able to open. If you don't know what that phone is, or if that phone is a clone, walk away. I'd rather you do that then you lose your own money. This is something I use on my own to make sure that I am not tripping. Now, I've delegated phone flipping to my staff and also people I work with out of state. These checklists are what they utilize to make sure that they are checking and inspecting what they expect so they don't lose my money. It's really important, and this checklist could help you guys out too, so definitely check it out. Now, speaking of losing money, I want to respond to this comment right here. The price of phones are not the same in different platforms or markets. If a wholesale buyer is paying $400 for an iPhone 17, doesn't mean it's worth $400. That's just what it's worth for resale or resellers. On OfferUp in local areas like Facebook Marketplace, it's selling on average for $500. So someone posts an iPhone 17 for sale at $500 and you as a reseller try to offer $350 to make a $50 profit. About 90% of the time, they're going to decline your low below offer because it's a big difference. It's not as easy as it looks. The person that made this comment really didn't know what they're talking about. It's one of those cases of, I just want to say something because I feel like I'm smart and I'm absolutely insane. Well, I would just say that. Well, let me make this clear. I'll tell you guys this right now. I have a bunch of different phone flipping tools for people, right? And most importantly, I have a phone flipping market, and it analyzes phones from all 50 of my buyers and puts them all in one place on hustlertaught.me.com. But better yet, no matter what price list or phone market I've ever had or used, I've always said we had 50 plus buyers on it. Why? Because we don't compare or judge or even start making offers based on one price list. Why we do that? Market value is the value that is deemed all around the world. Why? Because we have buyers all around the world. So let me fix this example or this gripe this person just spewed. The iPhone 17, which is never going to be worth $400 because that is an absurd amount of money, right? For a phone that is a base model device and a device that is given away for free. Now, he's not saying that because he doesn't know. iPhone 17s are being given away for free with T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, because that phone is an entry device that these carriers are using to get people on their networks, because these companies don't get paid for selling iPhones. You wanna know how they make their money? By actually getting you on their service. So they have a contract with Apple, and Apple takes 100% of the profit because these companies are paying Apple for these products. Hence why when you buy a phone, you pay installments and all you're paying is the price of the phone, no interest. Why? Because T-Mobile or AT&T just wants to get their money back. You then are still paying for a service, so $45 a month, $65 a month. Why would anybody pay $400 for a phone that I can go to T-Mobile right now and trade in my iPhone 14 or 13 and just get it for free? See, the market value with all of these wholesale buyers is dictated off of the market, not just the resale market, but off of the regular market, the market that all Apple products are being sold on. So if a phone is $600 traditionally retail for Apple, obviously nobody's going to buy that phone for $600 when they can just go to Apple. Instead, they want to get it a little lower, and it just keeps passing down. But the notion or the idea that somebody would just shoo you away because you're saying I'm going to pay $50 less than what the price of Apple, or if they're selling an iPhone 17 for $500 and the iPhone 17 is $699, why the freak would I buy that $500 phone when I could just pay $200 more and just get a new one? Who has the leverage? And this is where I think a lot of phone flippers, they need to change their mindset. I can't get my daughter Christmas presents with the iPhone. I can't get a double cheeseburger, medium fry, and a strawberry lemonade with no ice with an iPhone. I can't pay my bills with an iPhone. I can't pay my car note with an iPhone. But what I can pay it with is cash. And see, this is the difference. This is where you, the person that has the money, have the control, not the person that has the asset. Because the person that has the asset is listing it because they're trying to find buyers. And here's the thing, not a lot of people have cash nowadays. So the people that have the cash to keep buying up the phones are going to be the ones to win. So this whole comment is in a lens of a Facebook seller, not a phone flipper. And that's the difference. Phone flipping doesn't make you financially free. It doesn't make you financially stable. It does put some money in your pocket, but you want to build that into something bigger. You want to train people around you, your friends, have other people flipping the phones for you while you take those phones and start selling them, start stacking them, and then selling them to businesses. Make those phones actually work for you. iPhone 17 Pro Max, 256 locked, $770. iPhone 17 E512, $415. iPhone 17 Air, $825. iPhone 16 Pro, $400. That's $2,410. The next one, moving to the used phones, iPhone 17 Pro 512, $570. iPhone 16 Pro 128, $230. iPhone Plus 225. iPhone 15 locked, $90. That's $1,115. Next, Samsung S25 Plus T-Mobile, $180. S25 Verizon, $380. Z Fold 7 T-Mobile, $610. Z Flip 7 T-Mobile, $220. $1,390. Listen, I didn't touch any of these phones. I'm literally looking at my store's dashboard and I'm seeing what phones we sold to buyers, and I didn't even have to do this. This is me making money work for me. And this is what I teach you on this channel. So make sure you guys subscribe, and most importantly, check out all the tools on hustlertoldme.com that I give you guys for free. I'm not just a hustler, but somebody that's geared to helping you guys learn how to build the lessons I've learned and also the mistakes I've made into your foundation so you can hustle better, make more money, and most importantly, make the money work for you. I'll see you guys in the next video.